Hey y'all, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. Pray for your friends in Georgia. We are not okay. Another inmate has unfortunately died in Fulton County jails. That's 10 this year. Sean Delmore was found unresponsive in his cell. In August, Samuel Lawrence petitioned a federal court for relief, stating that he had been subjected to excessive force and that officers stood by and watched while other prisoners attacked him, and he died 4 days later. A civil rights investigation was launched on the jail after LaShawn Thompson was found dead and covered in bug bites last September. You know abortion is illegal here after 6 weeks now. And Georgia also legally restricted gender-affirming surgeries and hormone replacement therapies for anyone below 18. If Florida, Texas, and Alabama are out loud and proud about it, I think it's clear by now that Georgia is just a sleeper. Speaking of Republicans, it seems ever since we turned blue in the last presidential election, Stacey, 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 they've had a vendetta against us. Giving very much, when you see our face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. It do, girl, it's working. First, they illegally redrew district lines in order to weaken the black vote. How that work? How state lawmakers illegally do the law? Well, after 3 lawsuits were filed, a U.S. district judge ruled that last March, parts of Georgia's redistricting plan probably violated federal law, but they allowed them to remain in place in the 2020 midterm election, citing that changes that close to the elections would be a disaster. But we back, baby. The trial kicked off earlier this week, and according to the Voting Rights Act, voting district lines can't result in discriminatory effects against minority voters, who must be allowed a chance to elect candidates of their choosing. Period. And according to the lawsuit, that's exactly what happened. In 2020, Republicans held an 8-6 majority in Georgia's U.S. House delegation. And at the election, they redrew the district map to eliminate one of those Democratic seats, boosting the majority to 9-5. But it still doesn't seem the outcome of the trial will shake Republicans' control of either the House or the Senate. They literally just wanted one less person with empathy, practicing their constitutional right to participate in the legislative process that will be advocating for black rights and policymaking. This is in addition, of course, to the food and water restrictions for people in voting lines, the strict identification requirements, and restrictions on drop box submissions. It became clear in the years since the election that these folks are hell-bent on getting their get back, because every little step we take is met with an onslaught of conservative backlash. Exhibit A, Cop City. We said no! And we said no for so many times for so many hours. Not only is it literally an unwanted use of taxpayers' money, it is an unnecessary militarization of an already incompetent and racist police force. Y'all was just using pictures of black men for target practice. But it is also an environmental threat. It's not just going to disrupt some green space, but the infrastructure is going to greatly increase our chances of flooding. And we're flooding right now. Just yesterday, after literally only an hour of rain, global warming, it flooded all up and through the Atlanta University Center and the West End. Oh, the poor black areas. Child, I'm over it. I was just about to say I was here when y'all shut down the city over the snow. And I vouch for y'all because why would we ever have salt trucks in Georgia? But you are purposely making matters worse, but I get it now. It will only adversely affect the black people's property, and y'all trying to take back your city anyway. We see you, my boy. So gung-ho on Cop City that these folks done slapped the protesters' bail fund with a RICO. Girl, Georgia, you might have ate with these last couple of RICOs, but everybody don't need a RICO, girl. It's getting scary out here. These people are practicing their constitutional rights and openly being penalized for it. And on top of ignoring 20 hours of public comment, the state now has the nerve to hold up the processing of the Stop Cop City petition that holds over 100,000 signatures. Not only are we saying no, we are doing so in accordance with the law. So please tell us how people are supposed to gauge the democratic process to get what we need. The success of Cop City matters to the rest of the U.S. because if it happens here, it can literally happen anywhere. So I want to hear from community organizers, activists, and leaders in the comments. What can we do in the face of a government that not only abandons us, but actively chooses to fight against any progress we make? And on top of that, it's positioning its effort whole time worried about the wrong thing. Our governor is claiming that Joe Biden's economic policies are directly to blame for the record high inflation and taking more money out of the middle class families' pockets. With that just doesn't make any sense. Everybody knows, everybody with sense, girl. They actively choose not to operate with sense. Well, everyone should understand that presidents inherit the state of the economy from the last person that was in office, because 4 to 8 years isn't long enough to stabilize an economy. But I guess we wouldn't also dare give dangerous politicians an extended period of control because of the very things I just mentioned in this episode. The way we do things is just really tired and old, and it doesn't make sense anymore. Long story short, y'all's governor is saving us 31 cents a gallon. Thanks. Cheaper gas is cheaper gas, I guess. But if you really wanted to make some money, instead of all this Cop City and NRA business, you could maybe legalize the other kind of gas. I hear California and the Canadians are doing very well on that front. I don't know, just think about it.